warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 9 and we are going to talk about Point Zone Malaysia Sdn Bhd. So first, let me introduce to you background of the issuer and the background of the corporate guarantor. The issuer is Point Zone Malaysia Sdn Bhd and was incorporated on 20th November 2009 under the Companies Act as a private limited company. It is a special purpose vehicle incorporated to assume the role as a treasury company to raise funds for KPJ and its subsidiaries. Point Zone is wholly owned subsidiary of KPJ. KPJ, as a corporate guarantor, was incorporated on 18 August 1992 under the Companies Act as a private limited company under the name of KPJ Management Sdn Bhd. On 14 September 1993, it subsequently changed its name to KPJ Healthcare Sdn Bhd. KPJ was listed on the main market of Bursa Securities on 29 November 1994, and its portfolio of business also includes hospital management, nursing education, and pathology services which support the operations of the hospitals. As at 30th November 2014, KPJ Group currently operates 29 hospitals with more than 3,000 beds, both in Malaysia and overseas.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nomalinda and I will be covering some part of the introduction and background. I will be talking about the security arrangement and authorization for the Sukuk program. For Point Zone Malaysia Sdn Bhd Sukuk, this program shall be secured by a corporate guarantee from KPJ. This is because KPJ Berhad is the ultimate entity behind Point Zone Malaysia Sdn Bhd. In addition, the Sukuk program will also be covered by a charge and assignment by the issuer in favour of the security trustee over the designated account of information memorandum and all money standing to the credit of the designated account. Secondly, I will be talking about Securities Commission authorizations. The Security Commission has authorized the Sukuk programs pursuant to Section 212 of the CMSA, and it shall be subjected to the terms and conditions therein contained. That is all for my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Thank you, Tasha and Malin, for the introduction. And now I would like to explain a little bit about Sukuk Al-Murabaha. Hi, my name's Adib before that. So, what is the Sukuk Al-Murabaha? Sukuk Murabaha structure is less commonly used in the comparison of the other Sukuk structure. It could be considered as a possible alternative where it's not possible to identify a tangible asset for the purpose of the underlying investment. In the Islamic finance industry, the term Murabaha is broadly understood to refer to a contractual agreement between a financer and a customer, whereby the financer would sell specific asset or commodity to the customer for spot delivery in the expectation that the customer would be able to meet its deferred payment obligation under the Murabaha agreement. The deferred price would typically include the cost price at which the financer had purchased the asset or commodity, plus a pre-agreed markup representing the profit generated from it involved in the transaction. The payment of the deferred price from the customer may be structured as periodical payment on dates specified at the outset, thus creating an income stream for the financer for the term of the transaction. The same characteristic of the Murabaha structure can also be adapted for use as the underlying structure in a Sukuk issuer. Sukuk proceed from investor may be applied by issuer SPV, which is a special purpose vehicle to acquire commodity and on sale such commodity to the originator to generate revenue from the Murabaha deferred price, which could be distributed to the investor throughout the term of the Sukuk Al-Murabaha. As the Sukuk certificate in a Sukuk Al-Murabaha essentially represent entitlement to share in receivable from the purchaser of the underlying Murabaha. They are not negotiable instruments that can be traded on the secondary market because Sharia does not permit trading in debt asset at par value. This reduced the popularity of Sukuk Al-Murabaha for potentially investor and is reflected by the limited number of Sukuk Murabaha issuer in the Sukuk market. So, next I will explain about the structure of Sukuk Al-Murabaha. Issuer SPV issue Sukuk, which represent an undividend ownership interest in an underlying asset or transaction. They also represent a right against issuer SPV to payment of the deferred price. Next, the investor subscribe for Sukuk and pay the proceed to issuer SPV. Issuer SPV declare a trust over the proceed. and thereby act as trustee on behalf of the investor. Third step, originator enter into a murabahah agreement with trustee, pursuant to which trustee agree to sell and originator agree to purchase certain commodity from trustee on spot delivery and defer payment term. The period for the payment of the defer price will reflect the maturity of the sukuk. Trustee purchase the commodity from a third-party commodity supplier for a cost price, representing the principal amount for spot payment. Next, commodity supply makes spot delivery of the commodity to trustee in consideration for the cost price. Trustee on sale to originator the commodity upon delivery from commodity supplier in accordance with the term of the murabahah agreement. Originator, as a purchaser, make payment of defer price at regular interval to trustee or seller. The amount of each defer price installment is equal to the return payable under a sukuk at that time. Last but not least, issuer SPV pay each defer price installment to the investor using the proceeds it has received from originator. Next, my colleague will continue the presentation. Sekian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, my name is Adam and I would like to take you through point number 3, overview of KPJ Group's businesses. KPJ Healthcare Group is one of the leading private healthcare service providers in Malaysia, with over 25 hospitals in the country alone, 2 in Indonesia, 1 in Thailand and 1 in Bangladesh. We also have 4 retirement and aged care facilities in Malaysia and Australia, 3,000 licensed beds, 1,000 medical consultants, 13 employees, and has treated more than 2.7 million patients in 2017 alone, according to the company's annual report. The company has also endeavored into other business sectors, including medical tourism and education. On the other hand, Point Zone Malaysia Sdn Bhd is an SPV owned by KPJ Healthcare Berhad, tasked into issuing Islamic Commercial Paper (ICP) and Islamic Intermediate Term Notes (IMTN). It was also tasked into acquiring and selling assets to facilitate the issuance of both instruments, receiving the proceeds, and also to pay off the principal and profit to the shareholders. It also assisted the company into finding fund via the capital market or other means of financing. I also cover on the future plan of KPJ Healthcare Group. The company has reportedly interested into venturing into new services, new markets, and expansion of existing services, according to the group's chairman. For example, the company has endeavored into the renovation of the pediatric ward in KPJ Rawang in 2017, the renovation of existing building in KPJ Johor in the same year, renovation of KPJ Damansara intensive care unit in the same year, and also recently the project of increasing the number of beds in KPJ Kelang in 2018. And with that, I'll pass on to my colleague to take you through point number 4. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now I'm going to proceed with transaction summary. So what I cover today is actually the issuer and guarantor of the sukuk, the issue size and also the facility of the sukuk. Lastly is the utilization of proceeds for the sukuk itself. The first one, issuer and guarantor. So issuer is actually an entity or SPV. So in this case, the issuer is actually Point Zone M Sdn Bhd. M is for Malaysia. The guarantor is actually a third party or a related party, usually a holding company that provide guarantee to the sukuk itself. So in this case, it's actually KPJ Healthcare Berhad, a renowned healthcare services in Malaysia. So let's move on to the facility and also the issue size. So the facility that covers under the sukuk is actually the Islamic Commercial Papers and also the Islamic Medium Term Notes. So the issue size for the ICP is up to 500 million. For the Islamic Medium Term Notes, up to 1,500 million in nominal value, but it's also subject to a combined value of 1,500 million in nominal value. Last but not least, the utilization of proceeds. So proceeds from the ICP is actually to refinance the outstanding amount under the existing ICP or MTN up to 500 million issued by Point Zone under a bridging loan facility of up to 450 million. So basically it's actually to refinance Point Zone itself. IMTN is to advance to KPJ via Murabaha or Mudarabah to finance the expansion and working capital requirements of KPJ's group healthcare and healthcare related businesses. And we can see from Adam explanations now on the business expansion and also business plan for KPJ itself. So that's about it. I will now pass to Reza for the next transaction summary. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amma. So, my name is Muhammad Reza and I will continue with the transaction summary which explains more on the transaction details itself. Okay, so for the first part, for this Sukuk issuance, there is no project that is applicable because the issuer was incorporated as a special purpose vehicle which is wholly owned by KPJ Healthcare Berhad. It assumes the role as a treasury company for KPJ. Therefore, there is no specific project that is really relates to the issuance of the Sukuk. So the second part is about the tenure. For ICP, is 7 years from the date of the first issuance of the ICP under the ICP program, provided that the first issue of ICP under the ICP program shall not be later than 2 years from the date of the SC's mature authorizations. On the other hand, for IMTN program, the tenure will be 10 years from the date of the first issuance of the IMTN under the IMTN program, provided that the first issue of IMTN under the IMTN program shall be not later than 2 years from the date of the SC's authorizations. For the face value, for ICP, each is issued at a discounted price. Actually, each Sukuk has a face value based on the value of the underlying asset, and the investor may pay that amount to buy it at par, premium, or discounted price. For ICP, the discounted from face value, but for IMTN is not applicable as it is depending on the periodic profit payments. For maturity, ICP the maturity is on the 7th anniversary of issuance date, and for IMTN program is on the 10th anniversary of issuance date. When the maturity date arrives, the Sukuk issuer buys them back through special purpose vehicle, which in this case is point zone. For the avoidance of doubt, any amount of the ICP and IMTN that has been reduced in accordance with the above reduction schedule may not be reissued. So next, let's take a look at the rate of return. For ICP, it is not applicable as there is no rate of return. For IMTN with periodic profit payments, on a fixed rate basis, the periodic payments shall be payable semi-annually or such other frequency as may be agreed between the issuer and the lessees or investors. For IMTN issued with periodic profit payments on floating rate basis, the periodic profit payment shall be payable quarterly or such other frequency as may be agreed between the issuer and the investors. Okay, so there is no tax incentive on this Sukuk issuance. Also, there is no subscribers involved in the subscription limit. And finally, the listing and trading is non-transferable and non-tradable in secondary market. Also not listed on Bursa Malaysia or any other stock exchanges. This stated in the principle of terms and conditions where Sukuk Murabaha will not be listed on Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad or any other stock exchange. So I will pass this presentation to Sharina to finalize the transaction summary presentations. Thank you.
Hi, remove the Sukuk poison Sdn Berhad under transaction summary C. Okay, this is covered the principal terms and conditions parties involved in Sukuk proposal. Okay, we have a 4-party involved for this issuance of Sukuk. First, principal of lead arranger. This group of people will take lead the issuance which has to ensure necessary steps and requirements are met. They will advance, especially to ensure the compliance with regulatory requirements and market condition requirements. They will act as a coordinator in completing the due diligence review. Second is Sukuk trustees. These group of parties to safeguard the interest and affordability of Sukuk capital based on the terms of the trust deed. Okay. Next, we move to the reporting accountant. This party will conduct the financial due diligence on the issuance and verify the consistency of the cash flow projections. And the most important parties for this Sukuk issuance to ensure compliance, Sharia principle that is requirement, that is Sharia advisor. Okay. In terms of structure, documentation, investment administrative, and also the operational matters. Okay. Why this Sukuk is Murabaha via Tawarruk? Okay. Murabaha, we already explained by my colleague. Remove the Tawarruk. What is the Tawarruk itself? It's a financial instrument in a buyer purchase commodity from a seller on a deferred payment basis. The buyer will sell the same commodity to a third party on a spot payment basis, meaning payment is made on the spot. Okay, basically borrow the cash money needed to make the initial purchase. Later, when he secures the cash from second transactions, the buyer pays the original seller the installment or some payment he owes, which cost plus markup or more. Okay, this is a sample from the Sukuk issuance under Provincial Sdn Bhd. We can see that there's the principal advisor is Safe Party, Afirma Investment Bank, and Bank Investment Bank Berhad, Sukuk Trustee, National Trustee Berhad, Share Advisor under the Bank Islamic Berhad, reporting content is Ernst & Young, and Islamic principal use, Murabahah, by Tawarruk arrangement, placement mode, private placement. Okay. This Sukuk under provision secured against a charge and assignment over the designated account and irrecoverable and unconditional rent from KPJ, meaning that KPJ Healthcare Berhad is a guarantor. Okay. Both the ICP program and the MTN program will not be rented, and this Sukuk shall not be listed at the Bursa Malaysia or any other stock exchange. And will be issued in a tranche under the Sukuk program via private placement on a first effort basis. That's all. Thank you.